Thank you for joining us today. Can you introduce yourselves, what you do and where you're from?
Hi, I am Tabitha. I work at Fox Williams, and my background is working with entrepreneurs in lots of different industries. So I'm a bit of a added value role, a holding space for entrepreneurs. I speak to you about your business and see if I can help connect anyone with the legal team, our expertise in-house, have a bit of a sounding board, but also my network of having worked with entrepreneurs for 10 years.
I'm Josie. I work for Venrex. Venrex is an early stage generalist investor. We have been in operation for 22 years and have had the luxury of supporting founders such as Charlotte Tilbury, the founders of Revolut, Fertility, Maven, and many more amazing founders. Prior to joining Venrex, I have worked in leading brands and categories the likes of Amazon and P&G. And so I have understand a little bit about what it takes operationally, but I'm learning about how to support founders at the early business stage and what a challenging journey it is.
So we've got you both here today as you're collaborating on the underrepresented founder event this morning. Can you tell us a little bit more about what that is and what the goals are for today?
Yeah, so it's split into 4 sections this morning. So we have the breakfast and networking session with investors and founders. So that's the sort of icebreaker for everybody. Then we went into an investment workshop, which I'll let Josie tell you about in a minute. And then we have a legal clinic. And then lastly, there is the founder only lunch. So the purpose is kind of twofold, and that's actually what we're most excited about, is having these 2 sides of the industry coming together to support founders. And you're also surrounded by your peers, so you can share your war stories with each other, and hopefully there is a constructive setup where you can actually have the opportunity to leave here with a potential solution or a path for your onwards and upwards growth.
So the investor workshop specifically is about giving founders a direct line into experienced investors. And as Tabby says, the opportunity to ask what is the most important questions to them at that time and get really meaningful and timely advice back. We see quite a lot in the industry panels used. And while they're amazing and they cover a lot of the great topics and the most common topics, we wanted to give people the opportunity to get more. And we're lucky enough to be joined by 4 amazing investors today.
There's a lot of noise and chatter happening in the room in the networking session. With regards to female founder space, are there any particular categories or sectors that you're personally most excited for?
Yeah, so for me, the areas that really excite me, and I think there is a lot more noise about, is the impact space, so clean tech, and that actually being combined with other industries like fintech. So you have a financial inclusion product is helping underrepresented consumers, and then also from my perspective, the health tech, femtech space is a huge opportunity. Everyone's aware it's a huge opportunity, and only now are we seeing the growth come through. The ingenuity is there, the founders are there, the expertise is there, and hopefully now the funding is really kicking on. So those are definitely 2 spaces that I'm pretty passionate about.
And I have slightly different interests to Tabitha, which is great because we complement each other. So I spend a lot of my time in consumer. We're lucky that we see more female founders funded in the consumer space versus potentially tech or AI focused business sectors. So beauty and personal care is an area that's always dear to my heart, and we see continuously female founders creating amazing brands within that sector. And then similarly, marketplaces, we're really passionate about that. And then I think shared the interest on women's health and the exciting businesses coming through there, and we know how much of a need there is for those businesses, so a very exciting time.